3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1084. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. And thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. So I want to start this reading off with a message that somebody might need to hear. And that message is that it's okay if things are a little bit delayed, not right on time. This could be in relation to something you're expecting, something that you're doing or working on. If it fits, it fits the message, and if it doesn't, don't force it. But that message is here to allow yourself, your schedule, your expectations to be a little more flexible. Especially if you genuinely have the room for that flexibility. Let's go ahead and start interpreting number 1084 now. Number 1 is about trusting and believing in yourself. It's really about connecting with your intuition and your strength. Where are you feeling called or guided? What are you picking up on? What's really getting your attention spiritually? And how can you have a little more faith and a little more hope to really help you maintain your strength, especially if you are trying to endure something that is bigger than you, I guess we'll say. The number 0 can be about recurring themes or patterns, whether it's in the form of spiritual communication or your own experiences and the way that things align. This is confirmation for you to pay attention to these patterns or these themes that keep coming up for you. The number 0 can also be a reminder to know when to put yourself first, when to nurture and respect the relationship and the journey that you have with yourself. This message is, really just about having proper boundaries that respect both yourself and other people. It is possible to find boundaries that respect all parties involved, it seems. What journey are you on where you're seeing these signs, themes, symbols, patterns? Where you need to trust and believe in yourself, your faith, what's possible a little more, and maybe even where you might be being called to put yourself first. What journey is that? Pay attention to that. Especially if something here feels like it's really resonating for you. In this reading, in this journey, wherever. Moving on to the number 8. This number is about loss and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. I do think that we are in a period of time where people are building creating healthier relationships with themselves and, healthier boundaries in general, especially women and adult children, at least from my perspective. And that's not to exclude men or younger children. It just seems from my point of view, a lot of the people who seem to be leading the need for healthier boundaries, respect, communication, just healthier relationship building are women and adult children. And I am referring to the mess of the dating scene right now, and the whole movement with children and parents who are estranged from each other. I am referring to that. I believe that these movements are so important right now. And I believe that anybody who is contributing to this movement, no matter your age or your gender, is so important right now. And so, I also believe it's important to trust that whatever is lost will be replaced. Because in these movements, there's a lot of sacrifice. There is a lot of sacrifice. Even other movements that contribute to the same cause, just wanting to have healthier relationships, healthier systems. Just know that whenever you let go of someone or something that does not serve your well-being or the collective greater good, you're fighting for a cause bigger than you, and you are most definitely not alone. There are people, spiritual and not spiritual, who are fighting the same fight. And I really want to emphasize that I'm not trying to exclude anybody. It's just patterns that I'm noticing, and you can't really ignore the data. I'm sure we've all heard about the divorce rates here in the United States. I can't really speak for other countries. I'm sure you've seen, there's whole groups, online groups of estranged parents coming together who are experiencing the same thing. You just can't ignore the data. That's all I'm saying. But everybody who is contributing to healthier relationships with themselves, with others, and a more stable, honest system to live under, the work you're doing, that we're all doing collectively, is so important. So trust that whatever is lost will be replaced, whether it's in this lifetime or the next. I believe that humanity has always been geared toward better. I mean, we hear it all the time where older generations are like, all I wanted for my kid is better than what I had. People still say it today. So don't give up. Don't lose faith. Know that you're not in this alone, that you're not the only person making these sacrifices. You're not alone. Moving into the last number, the number 4. This number is about stability, and it is connected to your ancestors, which I feel transitions pretty nicely with what I was just talking about with the number 8. I say it pretty frequently in my readings that I believe that our ancestors for many, many, many years have been connecting with us, or trying to connect with us, to help us fight for more stability in our own lives and collectively. And I feel like with the number 4 here, the way that this message is aligning for you, your ancestors want you to remember their presence and their support in your effort to create a better future for future generations. And I just had a little bit of a laugh because I was thinking about maybe there's some ancestors out there who want to come back to Earth, but they're waiting for things to be a little bit better, So some of them might be rooting you on a little. Are good. Not only are you not alone in this fight with people around you on this planet living and breathing, Also, there are spiritual beings, including your ancestors, specific spirit guides, who are fighting the same fight along with you. The support, even though it can be hard to see, feels massive. And I'm not even just talking about the support from the other side that could be hard to see. Even in this life, it just feels so easy to feel alone and isolated. But you can never let yourself forget that there are people out there fighting the same fight who know the same feelings. So just remember that. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 8 is 9, plus 4 is 13. And this is really such an awesome message, awesome number to come through because of what it means. I interpret two meanings from the number 13, and the first one with the number 13 itself is good luck and good fortune. This number to me is confirmation that the sacrifices that we're making individually and contributing to a collective sacrifice, it will pay off. You will get a return on your investment, literally or figuratively. I feel that it will be worth it, very much worth it. And then the other message, 1 plus 3, is 4. So that's just confirmation again about the presence of your ancestors and just your spirit guides in general. I usually only interpret that as the presence of ancestors, but I'm really feeling it's more than just about ancestors for this reading. It really, really is. And, there's just a real encouragement here for you from the spirit realm, especially your ancestors, to fight for more stability in your life, within your mind, heart, and soul, in your physical body, in your physical reality, and collectively. Don't give up. I really like how this reading started off. There's a real sense or a feeling of purpose here. And it feels like a purpose that a lot of us are feeling. So just a little more confirmation there for whoever needs it. But as you can see, there are 3 decks of cards on the table, starting with the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. These are the major arcana cards from the tarot cards. I think there's like 22 of them, and they are about bigger, major themes or ideas, more long-term situations or events, feelings, etc. And then over here, this is the minor arcana from a different deck, clearly. And there's like 50 of those. It's about around the same amount of cards that are in a deck of playing cards. And these minor arcana cards are more about details, more short term, more immediate feelings or situations, more long term, more short term. I'm actually going to use these minor arcana cards to look deeper into whatever this major theme or idea is. And then with the Ancestor Spirit Oracle here, I will wrap up the reading by looking into what your ancestors in particular would like to say about this major theme, the details surrounding this theme, and also the messages from the number 1084, actually. Maybe the reading 1034 could be significant for you. Let's see what major theme or idea wants to come through now. I feel ready. And I just felt connected to the phrase "se pronto." Pronto. There may be a male viewer here who's feeling ready for something. Because I felt specifically connected to "se pronto" rather than "se pronta." If you don't know Italian, which I'm assuming most of the viewers don't, pronto is masculine, pronta, feminine. That's why I say, in particular, a male viewer. Whenever you're ready to come out. Okay. I'm kind of feeling connected to one. Where is that? It's right here. Okay. Have the sun in reverse. I'm really, really feeling the presence of somebody's ancestors right now. I know I said that, generally the number 4 can be, or I was picking up on more than just ancestors, but I mean, it's very clear with what I'm feeling that ancestors are particularly present as well. So, I don't know if I already showed it. I got a little bit distracted just now. But we have the sun. And then the sun card has the number, I believe the number 19 on it. And 1 plus 9 is 10. Wow. If you have been around, you know that number for me, that also brings 2 messages. It's the number 10 itself is about your spirit guides being present or near. And then 1 plus 0 is 1. There's a specific message there about trusting yourself and believing in yourself, particularly from your spirit guides and your ancestors. It's kind of like, I feel like I'm feeling the presence of general spirit guides and also ancestors, and it's like they keep trying to bring my attention to one group of spiritual beings, but then the other one makes itself known as well, because I just said that, I felt particularly the ancestors coming through, and then we immediately after that, we have a message about, confirmation of your spirit guides. So very interesting how this is coming up. The sun card itself, in reverse, is about negativity, darkness, maybe feeling a little lost or confused. I feel like there could be a real lack of hope or faith here. Or there's something here that you're not aware of, that you deserve to be aware of. This definitely feels like there's a message coming through from your spirit guides, and notably your ancestors, to have faith. Don't lose hope. Keep finding the answers that you need. Keep shining your light. Keep illuminating this darkness. If you're on a healing journey, this is your confirmation to keep going. If you feel like, you're meant to be a light worker or do some spiritual work in the physical world for the collective, keep going. I think it's really important to question where this negativity, this hopelessness, faithlessness, pessimism is coming from. And there could be an important choice here to either let yourself be open to disappointment or let yourself live in fear. And I have been talking about it in readings lately, that those messages are connected to the idea of letting ourselves live in optimism versus letting ourselves live in pessimism. Are you going to allow yourself to live optimistically and allow yourself to be disappointed, or live pessimistically and constantly live in fear? For me personally, that was a freeing realization, not only because the choice is clearer, but also because it helps you, or at least helped me, really realize that, all good things have a dark side. All bad things have a light side. It's like the yin and yang idea. I was already aware of that, but it was just really interesting to realize this for me, living in optimism versus pessimism. So really, are you going to let yourself feel and live trapped in fear, or free in accepting that life is not perfect, that you will be disappointed, that things won't always go your way. Let's go ahead and get this minor arcana here. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit because we are running out of time, unfortunately. What detail needs to be highlighted in relation to the sun here? The negativity, hopelessness, the faithlessness. This aligns pretty well. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. As you can see, there are things written all over this card. I only have things written in the upright. It says satisfaction, fruits of labor, comfort, peace, self-control, intelligence, inspire, ideal, fulfill. And there are the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, and the element of Earth. The artist of this card wrote peace of mind. And so when this card is in reverse, it's very much signifying that you are not having a peaceful mindset right now. Your mind feels like there's some chaos going on. I did see the number 122 on the timer, which is a reminder that change does start with you. If you do feel like a resistance or a stubbornness around healing, before pushing yourself to heal, or just walking away from that idea entirely, first try to understand where the resistance is coming from and determine if it's about truth or a lie. And decide if you want to lead with truth or deception. I personally believe that it's very important for us collectively to live in truth if we do want a world, our individual lives, to be more stable and secure and feel more safe, and to make it easier to experience joy right now and in the future, presently and in the future. I'm being reminded of this card that I have that I wrote and made myself from a box of cards. It says present happiness is just as important as long-term happiness. And honestly, thinking about it right now, I think to have long-term happiness, you have to also value being happy right now. You don't have to wait to be at peace. You don't have to wait to have what you want, to be comfortable. I do feel that someone's stubbornness and unwillingness to find acceptance could really be working against them and how they impact the collective. Let's go ahead and draw out this Ancestor Spirit Oracle card. We got about a minute or two left, so I really gotta speed this up. I hate that I can't record these longer, but you do what you can. This is really nice. And I just saw the number 333. Before I show you this card, the number 333 is about communication, self-expression, healing, growing, and making a commitment. Commit to expressing yourself, to being honest with yourself and others about how you feel, what you want, and what you need, and allow yourself to heal and grow. This card says, have courage, strength, fearlessness, and warrior. It's very clear that your ancestors want you to have courage through having hope. I feel like this is about courage in the sense of allowing yourself to be disappointed. I feel like what would really help you be more okay with being disappointed and living more optimistically is not being your own worst enemy when you do get disappointed. Don't question your worth. Don't blame the universe, because don't forget, humans do have free will. They have their own power. That's why it's important to not take your own for granted and to use your power, your will at this time to heal, grow, find peace and comfort in living more optimistically. And I did see the number 444 on the timer. As we said, the number 4 is about stability and connected to your ancestors. So as a last message, your ancestors are very much coming through to choose stability mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So you can manifest that stability physically, in your own reality, and collectively. You matter. You really do.